Hello there guys, and welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a review of the Liverpool 4, Barcelona 0 game. As a Barcelona fan, this is obviously a game that's affected me a lot. And I've now had quite a few days just to basically simmer a little bit, take everything into account. I didn't want to make any hot comments on the game. So yeah, I've backed off it a little bit, and we're going to be going basically in a few stages in this video for what was an absolutely traumatic night for those associated to Football Club Barcelona. To begin with, I just want to review the game. Then I want to go over how we haven't learned from Roma last year. I want to then speak about Ernesto Valverde, which is where the main focus has been attached to after this game. But I then want to drag this one back onto the players, because I feel as if they do indeed need to take a lot of the blame. I also want to talk about the aftermath of this game, what's been going on in the media, more importantly the Spanish media, what they're saying about what's going on in the club, what's happening right now with where our season's at, how everyone's feeling. And then I'm going to be talking about where do we go from here and what we can actually do to make this change and get over this hurdle, because this is going to be one of the toughest things for Barcelona fans, for those associated with the club. This is going to take a long time to get over, but we have to do it some way, because at the end of the day, we're the best club in the world, and we just always seem to find a way. So as I said, I'm going to be starting with reviewing the whole game, and, well, the lineup that we went into it with. Ernesto Valverde went with the likes of Sergio Roberto, he went with Arturo Vidal midfield, and he went with Coutinho up front, and that is probably where people would think the main issues lie. Was it though? I don't know. I don't know if the lineup was the biggest issue. It got a lot of criticism. He started almost a 4-3-3, but it really did turn into a 4-4-2 with Coutinho in there as a left midfielder. He did no defending, he did no attacking, and at the end of the day, he was the biggest issue in my opinion of this whole game, was Felipe Coutinho, as well as others. There were others, and as I said in that players section, I'll be going over the others. Don't you worry about that. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but however long it is, I don't know who's going to be watching it, 20 people, 5 people, but at the end of the day, I want to leave my thoughts on this. So yeah, the game, 7 minutes in, already we're looking shaky. You see mistakes that never get made, just like at Roma. No one had played like that all season. We were rested, Liverpool weren't. They just come off of a huge game against Newcastle, very energy-sapping in a title race. Our title was done in April. Amazing season in the league. Absolutely amazing, commendable stuff. Against sides like Atletico, who, they grind out wins every week. And we're that far ahead of them. And we come here with a lovely rested team. We've been able to rest on the weekend, include the Barca B players. The players come here, they've had rest with their families. They come here today, or on the Tuesday night. And, well, by the 7th minute, Jordi Alba does an uncharacteristically horrible header. He heads it back into a Liverpool player. They then just charge through our defence with bloody Jordan Henderson. Ball comes back off to Stegen, and it's 1-0 in 7 minutes, just like Roma. For the first 25 minutes of this game, in my opinion, we had to keep it tight. However, the response from then, in my opinion, it could have gone on to be a different game. It really could have. We've settled Liverpool down. They were nothing special in that first half, in my opinion. And I was thinking to myself in that first half, despite all the trauma from going 1-0 down in 7 minutes and thinking, oh my goodness me, Roma again. We had actually settled, and by half an hour, the Liverpool fans were quiet. And I was looking on the pitch and I was thinking, with Firmino and Salah here, Liverpool could have goals. But when they've got players like Shaqiri in there wasn't a lot bringing them forward. Mane was alright in that first half. He definitely improved in the second half. But it was okay, I thought. I really did. Yes, Liverpool were threatening, but we were getting chances too. Messi was playing in Coutinho. He had a shot saved. Messi also had a shot saved. A volley just wide of the post. Jordi Alba was slipped in. And on other days, we finished these, and everyone's gone home happy saying, wow, what a brilliant decision by Valverde to start Roberto and to start Coutinho against his former club. What a brilliant decision that was. But the way the game flips, when we don't get lucky like we always do, and like we have this season, it doesn't come out like that. And then when you go there, and it's what we've done today, is we haven't got a goal like we always seem to do this season, and then everyone goes home dandy. If we go in there at half-time at 1-0, we're in the final. I'll tell you that for free. Liverpool would not have come out the same. With 1-0, they thought, right, we've rode our luck, we're going to get at this horrible Barcelona team. We let them do that by not finishing them off in the first half, like we have always seemed to do this season. And again, we change. We change when we come up against these big games in Europe away from home. It happened last year at Roma. We don't take our chances that we usually do. We don't stay calm once we've missed our chances. In La Liga, I've seen us on about 10 occasions this season, not get a goal until the 70th minute. And you know what? No one's panicking. No one starts caving in. We just keep going. We just keep going as if nothing's happened. We're like, okay, we're Barca. We're going to get a goal eventually. And guess what? We do. Yes, half the time it's messy. And that is an issue that I will get onto. Do not worry about that. But we do always get a goal. And by the second half, Liverpool got 2 quick-fire goals by Wijnaldum. It was too late then to bring on poor little Nelson Semedo, who should have started at right back in these Champions League away games. In honesty, he should honestly be one of the first names on the team sheet. It's as simple as that. He's our right back. He is a right back, unlike Roberto, who in my opinion was the best defender on the pitch. And that just says it all. A central midfielder who isn't, he was our best defender. What happened to the rest of the team? What happened to them? But yeah, either way, Semedo should have started at right back. But that wasn't the issue in my opinion. It really wasn't. But at the end of the day, he should have started. Could have been a different game. Who knows? But I'll get onto the lineup later. We kept on going, 3-0 down, and then we knew we were out at that stage. It was the trauma was already there. We were already in absolute tears and shatters. We knew what was going on there. The fans knew. They were filming over to fans. They were crying. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. And you knew we were out. And even at 3-0, guys, even at 3-0 down, with the Liverpool fans on us, you know what we needed to do? Stay calm and get a goal. And then guess what? Liverpool need 2. Even when we are 4-1 down, which then comes from a ridiculously silly corner, guess what? We need 1 goal in the back of the goal net, of that Liverpool goal net where our away fans were stationed. 1 goal, and then they still needed another. The whole night we only needed 1 goal. Even when we were in the most horrible situation, we only needed 1 goal. How many goals have we scored this season? 150? Ridiculous, really. I cannot believe it. They panic. They panic so much. The position we put ourselves in from a 3-0 lead going into a Liverpool game, without their star players, we were 3-0 up. We just needed a goal. Yes, we messed up in the first half by not getting a goal. And even when it was 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 1 goal. But no, it was flat. The whole performance was flat again. And it was like Roma. Every single Barcelona fan knew we weren't getting a goal. We were not going to score. Unlike every La Liga game this season where the belief is there, the fans are there. Everyone knows we're going to be scoring here. We are, eventually. And if not, then it's alright. Because we're in a good enough position anyway. We would only be getting a draw. But we've already put ourselves 4-0 down. So we're not going to be getting a draw in this one, I'm afraid, my friends. That is the issue. We couldn't score the whole night. Just like in Roma, just like in PSG, just like in Juventus, just like in Atletico. How many away games, Champions League away games, is this going to happen? How many? Honestly, I cannot see it stopping. People say Valverde. This has happened, 3 or 4 times under Enrique too? So I don't know about that. I really don't. I don't know what to say about that. I just think that's our shocking Champions League away form. We go into the game with our heads down. They came out with fighting talk today. They claimed that, well, it wasn't going to happen like Roma. And guess what? It did. There was a similar lineup for sure from Ernesto Valverde, who I'm going to be moving on to very, very shortly now that we're nearly done with the review in the Roma game. It was very, very similar to Roma. The way we came out there, almost in our 4-4-2 block, and we just said to Roma, if you want to score 4 or 3, then you know what? You can go and score them, because we're not going to score. We're not even going to try and stop you. We're not going to try and keep the ball. Every time we get it, we're going to give it back to our goalkeeper. He'll punt it back to your centre-backs. And by the way, feel free to start again. That was literally the game plan that evening. It really was. Absolutely abysmal from the Barcelona team. And that moves me on to the manager, Ernesto Valverde, who's been getting so much stick for this game. There's been huge reports coming out just in the next couple of days. This is why I waited to do this, because on the evening, it was just more trauma. But now everyone has backed off it, and they've gone in on Valverde. They say revolution. They say the spine of the team are tired. And I would say to that, he's got rotation good this season, Valverde. And there's no Barca fan that cannot come out and say that on Monday afternoon, the day before the Liverpool game, everyone was commenting in little Barca posts saying, wow, he's changed. They were very happy with the lineup on the weekend against Celta Vigo, very happy with the lineup against Huesca. He did that lineup against Huesca. We went and beat Man U 3-0, and everyone said, look at that, the team are fresh. They've been getting rest all season. They really have. He's rotated the pack this year. He's got us La Liga nice and early. We're in the Copa del Rey final. We've had some amazing Champions League results. And yet the blame has been heavily put on him. Now, don't think I'm defending the guy, because can I just say, the man is not right for the FC Barcelona job. He does not have enough passion to lead a team this big. He's a tactical manager. Do you honestly think at half-time he was going and drilling into that team with a red face and expression on? I honestly don't. I think he was calm. Did he even say any words? Maybe he said, guys, we've got to lift this. Maybe he tweaked a few things tactically, and then Piqué came and said a few words, or Messi. I don't think he would have said much. If that was another manager, Guardiola, even Luis Enrique perhaps. I don't want Luis Enrique back because he was a mess. We've lost games like this, 4-0 to PSG, 3-0 to Juventus, under Luis Enrique, which is why it takes me away from Valverde. But I will say that he's not right for these big Champions League games, especially away from home. He's not. He really isn't. The Messi dependence is worse than ever, the sources from the club say. I would totally agree with that. When it's not Messi, it's no one. Not having Neymar doesn't help. Not having Neymar's replacement, Dembele, never, ever doesn't help. And even Coutinho, meant to be Iniesta's sort of creative attacker, midfielder sort of replacement, he does nothing. He's been a shocking signing, and he persists with playing in Valverde. He's playing the big names far too often, even when they haven't been in form. He's at fault for sure, but is all the fault Valverde's? I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so because you look at the player performances from last night and that is ridiculous. How many away games, even away or at home and away, have we gone in with Valverde as our manager and we've got huge results? Let's look at some of them. 4-2 away from Sevilla, 3-0 away to Real Madrid. The brilliant away performance to Man U, in my opinion. That's how you play away in the Champions League. We also kept a clean sheet away to Lyon. We went to Spurs and won. We went to Inter and absolutely dominated them without Leo Messi. So he has motivated them in the past. You cannot say he hasn't. This is, for me, is the players coming up to a big game like this and rewinding that Roma game in their heads, and they've basically gone ahead and translated that onto a football pitch. It is absolutely unbelievable what we've watched there, but they've done it again. They've done it again. That's the bottom line of it. And you know what? Do even half of them care? Do they? I don't think they do. Rakitic has now gone out on a party. Coutinho couldn't care less. Let's be honest, else he would have done something on the pitch. And there are a few others like him. Ter Stegen was the only man. He walked off the pitch with tears in his eyes, just like the fans. He went over to about 2,000 Barcelona fans with heads in their hands, crying for what was going to be a treble-winning season. And they don't realise what they've done to us, do they? They don't realise the sleepless nights that we're going through now, the trauma that's just gone on. It's not just a normal exit. It isn't. We haven't just gone out of the Champions League to an amazing Liverpool team. They haven't had their best players. We've had a 3-0 lead. They haven't got any away goals. And we've just lost 4-0 to them after losing 3-0 the year before to Roma and claiming so defiantly that we weren't going to let it happen again. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And there's one player who's gone over, our goalkeeper. Give me a break. Give me an absolute break. Ridiculous from all the team. Messi went back into the changing room. He broke down in tears. The players, for me, have disgraced this game again. And it's the same batch of players that did it against Roma. And yes, Valverde's at fault. Is he the right man for Barcelona? No, he is not. He is absolutely not, because he doesn't share the same philosophies. We've even been able, which I've heard another man say, that, we've traded our way of play for Valverde because we thought he could give us a treble, but he hasn't. The way of play has changed, that's for sure. But we're happy to accept that because we know we don't have Iniesta and all these players anymore. We've traded that. And you know what? We've got nothing back for it. We've got trophies for sure. Yes, we have. Valverde's won us some big things. I cannot deny how happy I am with our league wins. I'm not going to be like some other fans who brush it under the table and say, we only want the Champions League, because I'll tell you for free that I don't just want the Champions League. We're Barcelona. We want that La Liga trophy every single season. We've won it 8 out of the last 11 years. It's extraordinary. I don't want to brush it under the carpet, but the Champions League disasters just cannot go away. Valverde's at fault for that, but I would definitely also signal out the players for that. But it is now looking as if Valverde is really, really under the scrutiny of the board and the public around FC Barcelona. He is being basically abused, if I'm being honest, in the papers. There's sources coming out from Sport Mundo Deportivo say, he's got hours left of his job. As I'm recording this, it's a Thursday afternoon. It's going to be going up on a Friday evening or so. Is he going to be the Barcelona coach? Who knows? Who knows who's going to be the Barcelona coach by the end of the season? Is he still going to be there for the Copa del Rey final? They're saying they're not going to make any hot decisions, that the board are unhappy with him, but they're going to stick with him. And probably the main reason they are is because the players love him. And you know why they love him? Because it's the senior ones, the ones with the biggest news in the changing room, or the biggest egos. They love Valverde. And you know why? Because he plays them every week, because he gives them what they want. And you know what? Even when they play badly, or even when they're in poor form, like other older players do in all sorts of clubs, they get axed. But with Valverde, they can stay as long as they like. They can play as long as they like. And I liked that about Valverde. I won't lie, I did. I like the way he played senior players. We saw how much involvement Iniesta had last year compared to the involvement he had under Luis Enrique, which people really didn't like. He benched him a lot of the time for players such as Andre Gomez, Denis Suarez, Rafinha. Under Valverde, Iniesta played a lot of the time, and it's important to have players like that. It is, but the board say that they've been overused. And I would have to agree, and I think that the Messi independence is also bigger than ever. I would also have to agree with that. It really, really is. There is honestly no one else. When we look to games like these, we have 10 other players on the pitch, and you know each and every one of them aren't actually going to do anything to change this result for us, and that hurts. So yeah, that's the aftermath of what's gone on afterwards. Players certainly on the chopping board here. Coutinho, Rakitic at the heart of that. People also questioning Jordi Alba's performance. He made some shocking errors in that game, but has had an immense season for us. So you can't exactly get angry. But it's mainly Valverde who's gone and really taken this one badly. And the public have absolutely ripped into mainly the newspapers, the sources, the press in Spain or in Barcelona. They haven't taken this one well, and it has obviously come down to Valverde. Where do we go from here, though, boys? Where do we go? Because we can't just stay like this forever. It's hard. It really is hard, because once you recover from Roma, you come to this and it happens again. Like that's hard. It really is. You can't just get over that. And people say to try and ignore it, and it is important to get on with other things. But it's when we dedicate our lives to this club, as so many fans have done this year. I honestly think our fan base is getting better and better and better. And the stadiums are getting louder in the massive games. We saw the atmosphere at Liverpool, in the Man U games, even in some of the league games when we needed big results like Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. It's been immense in the Camp Nou. But the fans have been let down, and the players don't deserve the fans when they're playing like that. They really don't. About 9 of them on that pitch, 8 maybe, just didn't do anything again. How many times in these massive games are they never ever going to do anything? How many more years is this going to end? Or is this going to go on for? Like, honestly, are we going to get a new manager? Who knows? We need some new players too. De Jong, De Ligt, are they the revolutionaries for the future? Well, I'll tell you what, they just blew a 3-goal lead in 45 minutes to Tottenham. So who knows? It's just the Champions League, guys. It honestly is mental. And the way we go about it in these second legs, especially when they're away from home, is absolutely shocking. It really is. So yeah, I don't even know what to say anymore. Where do we go from here? You know, we're Barcelona. We're the best club in the world. We have to bounce back. We always bounce back. We will bounce back. But it is going to be tough. What have we got? 2 league games to the end of the season. Getafe and Eibar. In my opinion, I would play a lineup near our best. I would try players like Semedo, Alenya, Malcolm, players who are going to play for the club, give their all for that club. I would honestly start playing players like that who are really going to go for it. You know, maybe even Ricky Puig. Players who bleed Barcelona, like players like Semedo do, who come on the pitch and give their all every time with the Blaugrana heart. Because I'm sorry, but when we go away, the guys leave it in the dressing room. They really do. Shocking again. We are going to bounce back. We have a Copa del Rey final around the corner, which I would love to win, but only if it is for the good. Because I'm just scared if we win the Copa del Rey final, they're going to keep Valverde the job. And you know what? We're going to go into the next season. Are we going to win the league? I don't know. Are we going to win the Copa? I don't know. But that Champions League, there will never, ever be any hype with it under Valverde again. That's my biggest scare. When we go into the Champions League next season, the players are going to go into it, the fans are going to go into it, and they're going to be thinking in the backs of their mind 24/7, are we going to be through here? We won't even start enjoying wins because we're just going to be thinking, well, the second leg's coming and we know what happens here. That's where it's going to get, guys. That is honestly where it's going to get. So, you know, we've got issues here. We really do. It's going to be a huge, huge month, in my opinion, in Barcelona right now, and also the summer's going to be absolutely amazing. In so many regards, to, you know, see what happens. Is it going to be good? I don't know. Is it going to be bad? We'll have to wait and see. Changes are needed, maybe managerially, a lot to do with the players, in my opinion. There's been a lot of scrutiny on Valverde there. We've gone and repeated the Roma disaster a second year running, but at the end of the day, we are Barcelona. We have to bounce back. We will bounce back. And those are my thoughts. Nearly a 20-minute video for you guys today, but hey, I had to get a lot off my chest there. I have now. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Drop a like if you have enjoyed it. Don't know how many of you guys would have watched this, but if you did, and you like what I'm saying, then do subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.